said Vettel had power unit issues in FP3, but he wasn't blaming them for being out-qualified by Kimi. How do you rate Kimi's Q3 performance in terms of where those two drivers are at right now?
Yeah, well, Kimi, we know, again, we're huge fans, and he has such a terrific rate of input with the rate that he moves his body inside that car and transfers the weight, and he's a very harmonized driver, and when that comes together, it's a very difficult one to beat. Equally, Vettel is very hard to beat as well. He goes for a slightly later apex to get a slightly squarer run onto the straight, but that sometimes means the tail hangs out a little bit, but he will do it to the absolute limit. And an absolute limit lap by Vettel equally is very hard to beat, but they're slightly different styles. You know, Vettel, a late apex, an aggressive throttle, and occasionally needing a little bit of car control to fix those things. And when he gets away with it, that's good. And again, there would be very little between the two of them, but there is a difference in styles, and the Kimi one is a bit more harmonized. I think with Kimi, he's got as much talent as anybody out there, probably almost more than anyone else. Vettel has commitment, and I think that overcomes it a little bit like Niki Lauda versus Ronnie Peterson.
Now, Lance Stroll, what a result.
Wasn't that good? It was so cleanly driven. There was just, you know, the way he arrived at the corners. The car was stable. He didn't seem to be rushing around the corners, wanting to be the first on the throttle. He had a good square exit. He just drove an immaculate race in a very difficult circuit, and with a huge amount of pressure there. I mean, you are running second in your Grand Prix, and the guys behind are called Valtteri Bottas and, you know, Sebastian Vettel and Lewis Hamilton, and this is the result of your life doing it, and to be able to keep that together in that machine-like fashion, that was really impressive. You start to wonder, could the emphasis shift around there at the moment, rather than Massa being the sort of the team's friendly grandfather and looking after the younger driver and I'll do anything for you. As Jackie Stewart said back in 1965, you know, when you start going a bit faster, you know, all the help seems to disappear a little bit. You wonder if that could happen, because Lance could do it again and just leaves Massa with the only option really to just drive faster again. And of course, that doesn't always work. Wasn't it good also to see Kevin Magnussen get some of his dignity back there, because he was running in third place for a long time in that race. Now, yeah, you're right, that car could get eaten up by a Ferrari and a Mercedes, and so he was going to be a victim at some point. But he turned in one of those Australian Grand Prix type performances when he made his debut with McLaren. And all right, the car wasn't a McLaren, which was a competitive car in those days, but it put him right back on the map. It must do him an awful lot of good.